Hello there, and welcome to another of Andre's Artist Profiles. Now, today I am doing an artist who is very special to me. This is the birthday of Mr. Bruce Hornsby. And when I was younger, one of the first songs I immediately identified, because I was simply attracted to the melody of it, was a song by this man called The Way It Is. And it, in fact, is his iconic hit. Bruce Hornsby has been wrapped up, unfortunately, in so much of what I call anti-80s-itis. Kind of like my description of a disease of people saying that, the cheesy 80s. The 80s were cheesy, and I can't stand it. It's not just that I grew up in the 80s, but there was just so much of the we can change the world mentality, in all honesty, if you're objective, left over from the 60s and 70s in the 1980s that disappeared, at least where I was, in the 1990s. And Bruce Hornsby represents that. He's usually, his name is usually a poster child for everything wrong with 80s musicianship. And that's really wrong, because Bruce Hornsby is a musical master. Our Van Morrison, to be honest. I feel he's that way. And The Way It Is featured on this album, which is called The Way It Is, by Bruce Hornsby and the Range, from 1986. And it's a message song. What I call people music. That's my name for socio-political message songs, where he's talking about not having complacency. The hook is, it's just the way it is, but don't you believe it? I think it's a father talking to his son. And there's also another hit on here called Mandolin Rain. His combination of jazz and pop and blues and soul is just amazingly beautiful and melodic. And he followed that up with The Range from this album, Scenes from the South Side, which featured a song on it called The Valley Road, which was a big hit. The hook was basically walk on the Valley Road. It was a great song and a great follow-up to his first album with The Range. There's the back cover there. I assume that's The Valley Road. The next album, and I believe the last one with The Range, is A Night on the Town, released in 1990. I don't remember what the big hits were for this album, but that's one of my more recent Bruce Hornsby album acquisitions. And anyway, the next album, this one, came out in 1993 and is called Harbor Lights. And this is a Bruce Hornsby solo record. He made an album after this called Hot House, which has a lot of horns and is very R&B oriented. But a roadhouse R&B, a very live band R&B. A lot of what people refer to as contemporary R&B or R&B today isn't actually R&B. Rock and roll, like Little Richard did, with the horns and everything, was actually R&B, of course. I mean, I'm not lecturing everybody or being pretentious, but it was Alan Freed who called it rock and roll just to play it. So, in that context, this is definitely a very R&B oriented album too, along with Hot House, which I don't have. That's in my parents' collection. But anyway, that's what I have for Bruce Hornsby, and I think that he is an artist who is an amazing musician and very, memorable singer and songwriter. And if people dislike him, I really feel that it's for the wrong reasons. But for those of you who appreciate his musicianship and his ability, I want to wish Bruce Hornsby a very happy birthday and keep the good music coming. He's been recording a lot, and I look forward to hearing from him more. See y'all next time.